Hi everybody, welcome to the treasure book series. This is one of the all-time treasure book episodes I'm sure I'll ever do, because in front of me I have 4 books that changed my lives, and they all came out within probably 2 years of one another, around 1979. All the same publishers, William Morrow. I'm self-taught, which is an inaccurate phrase because no one's ever self-taught. You learn where you can learn, and you learn all the time if you're hungry to do it. I never went to a cooking school, that part is true. So for me, the books were everything. I was a young cook in Key West when I bought these books. And I must have had to save up pretty good for that because nobody had any money working as a cook in Key West in the 1980s, 1970s. So we were all together in that boat. These 4 books, let's get to that. These are by 4 chefs from France, because then the learning I needed to do was of the classic methodology, the French methodology, because that gave me the foundation that I built New World Cuisine from. In order here, here's the first one, the 3-star recipes of Alain Sonderans. This particular gentleman struck me as a kind of, I don't know, he seemed almost like he could be a Key Wester in the sense of his fun, his classic fun. That's him with his wife in their restaurant. There was a period of time when the Miami Public Library asked me if I would lend them a collection of my most favorite books, and I did that mostly because of this wonderful couple. Raymond was the lead librarian, and he and his wife, terrific people, came to the restaurant often. And so yes, I did. I put probably 20-25 books in the glass cases in the library back some years ago. Let's continue with the books though. 1982. This is me telling them why I like these books. While there are a number of 3-star chefs of France that are found in my choices, Sonderans and others were amongst my favorites because they dared to include the cooking of regions outside their own more than the other brilliant chefs at the time. And that gave me a kind of a sense of liberty to eventually, after I took in the lesson, move forward with where I was living, though I didn't do it initially. The next one, The Nouvelle Cuisine of Jean and Pierre Trousgros. There is a movie that's out right now, and if you are a huge fan of fine dining and fine dining kitchens, you should check it out. I will warn you, it's 4 hours long, and I believe the man that is the director is in his 80s. Wiseman might be his last name. I discovered these guys in a different book that I bought, and in that book there were scads of pictures. Unlike most of the books at the time where there's just a spate of them, like 8 maybe. That's all you had. The rest of it was cracking the text and getting into it and learning all that you could. And salmon and sorrel picture I just saw, which is their most famous dish. They even had a signature dish. Let's see. There was something about the fun that I got of the words of Jean and Pierre Trousgros that appealed to me as I continued in what ordinarily was a somewhat severe field of study. Although the Trousgros restaurant is a family-run restaurant, our son has joined us in ours now, so that we have 3 generations in the business. My mom was in the restaurant business too. Another first edition. The Cuisine of Freddy Girardet. This gentleman from Switzerland, I'm sure that Charlie would have said, and did say, that this was his most favorite, most inspirational chef of all time. And so therefore, that became really important to me. Once again, very few pictures in this book. I did go to Switzerland with Charlie, and I wrote a story for Food Arts Magazine that's called Looking for the Pope. I don't know if you can find that online, but if you do, that's pretty fun. Girardet was regarded as the finest chef of his time. Perhaps that he was from Switzerland as opposed to France caused this unusual concordance. The chefs from France may be giving the guy a pass because at least it wasn't one of the other French chefs that was considered the best. I cooked with Chef Girardet just before the library did that beautiful thing. There's a menu from Girardet. I always stash things in my books, especially my treasure books, so I can go back one day and kind of go, wow, that was amazing. Oh, I didn't. I almost did remember that this not only is a first edition, Chef signed it for me when we cooked for him at Charlie's restaurant. And then here, finishing up with the Fab Four, Roger Verger. What a fun person. I did get to know him as well, again, due to Charlie. Cooked together. And wow, this guy, the thing about him is that he went to North Africa and other places, and he came back and began to insert things into French cooking that hadn't been seen yet before in terms of exotic produce and things like that. Oh, there's a little bit of stationery from when we stayed there at the inn. Okay, fantastic. Such a gift to be able to have the book signed by the chef, one of my mentor chefs, one of the mentors of my entire career. And such a gentleman, such a movie star kind of quality to the guy. To my friend Norman, with my best regards, Roger Verger, August of 1994. Well, I had to do that kind of quickly because there were four, but just because it was a little speedy, I don't want to take away a moment from how important these authors, these chefs are, and how they gave me an incredible foundation from which to work. Treasure Book series. I hope to see you again soon. Have a nice night.